It's being said that the population in California has dropped off for the first time in 171 years. The State Department reported that 182,083 people left the state this year, and they're attributing it to a low birth rate, not very many people having children, and also people leaving the state. And I would say that it has probably more to do with people leaving the state because of the
high taxes.
The governor's terrible. Newsom's horrible. He's one of the worst governors in the country. It's becoming more socialist over the years. He's making it more socialist. It's saying that over the past decade, California has grown 6.1%, and this year, 0.46% left. So that's about it would be about 5.5% over 11 years. And so they're saying it's hit a plateau. They're saying that the population growth has hit a plateau, which I mean it's so large at this point, in the 40 million residents, 50 million residents that live there.
It's getting to the point where
you're not going to have enough. You have space, but in the larger cities, you don't have much space. San Francisco is too expensive. Nobody has enough money to live in San Francisco or the Bay Area in general, even Oakland, San Jose. All those areas are
way too expensive.
You get down to Los Angeles, also the same story, but less so. It's a little cheaper because you don't have the technology companies there and whatnot. You get the in-between, which is a bunch of farmland, a lot of illegal
Immigrants live there.
I don't know how many of them were documented for, but you could argue the state has millions of people above what it's listed because there's many illegal aliens living there, and many of them are undocumented. Many of them don't pay taxes. It's the largest state in the country. A lot of people are moving to Texas from California, and the fact that there are people leaving at this point is really interesting. Also, that Biden's the new president. It points to me that there's a lot of conservatives moving out of California. So eventually you could possibly see a California that is completely liberal with all the people that are conservative, which have their voices sort of muted in that state. You could see them moving out into places like Texas and other states, even some of the battleground states. You can see them moving to the south, maybe Georgia. I know it's not traditionally a battleground state, but this year it was. Ohio, maybe. I would never want to move to Ohio, but you could see some people moving there. But in general, the two largest liberal states, New York and California, are just horribly governed. The governments there are just abysmal. Newsom, he's got to be gone after this term. New York, they're getting a new mayor. You know, maybe that Yang fellow, but he's got to be better than the guy de Blasio. He's got to be better than de Blasio. But sticking on California, traditionally they had a lot of out-of-state migration. This year they're seeing a lower number. It could be due to COVID. Could be due to the there's not any more liberals that want to move there. Or maybe they don't have the money to move there. That's really the issue. The only reason to have anything to do with California is if you have a business. If you have a home somewhere. If you had a home 5-10 years ago in the Bay Area, maybe 20 years ago. The only reason to have anything to do with California is to make money on your property or have a business that is located near a supplier or something of those sorts. A study found that in the past 5 years, the flow of middle-income residents has increased rapidly, accelerated, it says. It says most people that move to California are more likely to be working age, to be employed, and to earn high wages, which makes complete sense. Nobody has money to live there. Nobody has money to pay the taxes and live there is really the issue. And it says they're less likely to be in poverty. Well, exactly. If you have a home there, unless there's a bunch of homeless people living there, which there are tons of homeless people in the Bay Area, Los Angeles, but the only reason you would move to California is to be homeless or if you had a good job. There's no way you can afford it otherwise, or you have a family there. Those are the only ways you can afford to live there and pay the tax, which is 50+% for many of these people. So California's seeing a big drop in number of residents, and a lot of people are moving to Texas, Florida, hopefully Ohio and some of the battleground states, but I don't see it because it's too cold. But you know, it's 0.46% is a big number in the grand scheme of things. We'll see how it turns out this year, but you could see, until Newsom's out of there, you could see and the tax situation's fixed up, you could see a large number of people leaving.